Hey there, gang. I thought I'd bring you into this process that I just started where I'm going to record an entire album over the next year, 10, maybe 12 songs, but probably 10. And I'm going to try to take a different approach than I've ever done production-wise. I'm going to try to take a different approach than I've ever done songwriting-wise. And what I mean by that is there's a couple of songs that I already have together that I've written traditionally, meaning, I got my acoustic guitar out and wrote the words and music together, or the music first and then the words. But a lot of the time lately, I'm writing the words first, which is not the way I used to do it. But regardless, I'm trying to take a new approach. So other than those 2 or 3 songs that are already written, which are also going to be produced in a completely different fashion than I've ever done before, for the rest of the album, I'm just creating it on the fly. I'm trying different techniques and different applications than I've ever done, and just making them up as I go along. So let's dig into the first one here, all right? Now, this might overload the camera a little bit here, but I'll try to bring you in as much as I can to hear what's going on. And what's going on is I started this song in Pro Tools, but it wasn't really happening for me. So I switched over to Bitwig. I really like Bitwig. So what do we have going on here? It all started, this song started with one track, and that is this track, which was created in VCV Rack, which is a free modular software. Highly recommend it. And if you have a little trouble getting started, go to Patch Storage and search VCV, and there'll be thousands of patches that other people create. And that'll kind of get you in the right frame of mind and get you a better understanding of what's going on. However, it's all just modules that you connect with virtual cables. And so that's what I did here. And I'm gonna solo this. This is how the whole song started, because I created this and it was based on something somebody else started, and I just tweaked it. And as soon as I heard it, I was like, okay, I know what lyrics are gonna go for that. And that's the best part about creating, right? So let's see if we can absorb this through the mic. So that's just a bass line with some other parts going on. There's some percussive elements, there's patterns, there's all kinds of things. That spoke to me and made me think of lyrics. So that's where we got. But then I started bringing in a kick sample, because I'm like, well, I need a kick. And I brought in this. That's a kick and a hi-hat sample. And then I brought in another kick to augment it. Right? So now we put that with the bass line. Pretty cool. But wait, there's more. Actually, there's not that much going on yet, but there is more. Then I brought in another part actually a sample I found, because I wanted like a chicka 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 kind of percussive vibe. And if you add that to the kicks, pretty cool. But wait, there's more. So I might have mentioned one time in the past that there's an app called Life. Can't remember who makes it, but it's an app for your phone, but it's also a plugin. You can sample anything in the world, sync it to the actual plugin, and it turns it into percussive, crazy things. I love it. It never ceases to amaze me. It never disappoints, and I always get something unique and original. Here's what I came up with. This is a London bus. This is the sounds of a bus, but you'll never believe that when you hear this. Yeah, that's a London bus. That's what this app does. It's amazing. I'm using it on another track, which I will share with you in a few days. But wait, there's more. I got samples of the New York City streets. It's probably hard to pick this up. Let me start from the beginning. And this is street sounds, sirens, people talking, subways, doors closing. New York City. Why? Because it pertains to the lyric I wrote about a homeless man. And when I record the vocal, I'll share that with you too. So now let's put it all together. And we get this. Now, I've written a bunch of lyrics, a little more than a page. There's no real verse to this. It's just kind of sort of prose / poetry. But there's rhymes. There's also internal rhymes. Basically it's a narrative. There's a story. And I think it fits this. I had originally written these lyrics for another track, but I wasn't feeling it. That track was way too pop for these lyrics. So, and there's a lot of movement in that bass line. It changes. That's one of the beautiful thing of VCV Rack is it will be tempo mapped because this is 120 beats per minute, but you can bring random variances in. So there's percussion, there's kick, there's textures, and there's this kind of morphing bass line with some percussion, little textures in it as well. But it's also got this throbbing part of it. You won't really feel that till I can play you the whole track mixed and mastered. But take my word for it, it's got this beefy, fat body, and it's been a challenge trying to control that, but I think I got it under control. Anyway, that's where I'm at, and this is what I'm doing, and I hope I can add a little more to it over the next couple days, and when I get to the next steps, I will share that with you as well, because I want 2025 to be a year of positive musicality. I don't want to talk about gear unless there's something you particularly want to know, or if there's something I use regularly that I've purchased that I think could make your job easier. But other than that, it just seems to me whenever we talk about gear, we get into pissing matches with people who come into our space and want to argue. I guess they want to justify their own purchases, I think. And, that's valid. I understand that, but I don't want to go there. I want to go make music, and I want to share it with you, and I want to continue to answer your questions about the music business. Okay? All right, let's take it out.